Well, with just 2 games to go in the regular season, tonight the Boise State football team looked to secure their fate in the postseason. With the win over Wyoming, the Broncos wouldn't just clinch a spot in the Mountain West Championship game, they would also secure the right to host it on the Blue. To War Memorial Stadium we go, where Boise State would seek their 12th win all-time in 13 games against Wyoming. Down 10-3 in the second quarter, the Broncos finally put together a semi-successful scoring drive. Taylor Green hits Latrell Caples along the sidelines there to move the chains. Then running back George Halani totes the rock down inside the 1-yard line. However, on the very next play, Halani would score, but the Broncos would get flagged for holding. So they end up having to settle for a Jonah Dalmas field goal. BSU would go into the locker room down 10-6 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Cowboys open up by putting together a nice drive of their own, but on 3rd and long, Rodney Robinson picks off a pass in the end zone. His 3rd INT of the season, arguably his biggest INT of the season. Going the other way, Halani rips off a nice run inside the red zone. He picked up 132 yards on 20 carries this evening. On the very next play, Taylor Green would end up calling his own number. He would freeze the defender with a little stutter step right here, and then he goes into the end zone to give the Broncos their first lead of the game. Following a long Wyoming TD run, Boise State would need to answer back yet again, and that's exactly what they do. Green throws it up to Billy Bowens, the senior, comes down with it with the go-ahead score. After that, J.L. Skinner would shut down the game by nabbing not 1, but 2 interceptions in the final 2 minutes of this contest. The Broncos clinched the Mountain Division and a spot in the Mountain West Championship game with a 20-17 victory over the Cowboys. Let's head on out to Laramie live right now, where our very own Brady Frederick stands. And I tell you, Brady, a couple of weeks ago, Taylor came up a little bit short trying to lead the Broncos to a last-minute victory. Tonight, he certainly delivered.
Yeah, Jay, that was an awesome ending to this game. I really couldn't believe it. We saw the Wyoming fans walking out of the stadium and then rushing back after that fumble, and then rushing right back out of the stadium after JL pulled down that interception. An incredible stand by the defense, but I don't want it to overshadow what the offense was able to do tonight, especially Taylor Green. Now, the last time Green had a chance to lead a game-winning drive against BYU, the Broncos would come up short, but the coaching staff all said Taylor was going to learn and grow from that moment, and tonight he was able to give the Broncos a late lead, trusting his wide receiver Billy Bowens to get up and pull down the go-ahead touchdown. He finished with 211 passing yards on 20 of 34 completions, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. Green now holds a perfect record in Mountain West play as a starter, and he's become a leader, somebody that his teammates have full faith in situations like these.
What do you think of Taylor leading that drive?
I mean, he's so poised, even in the huddle and every time, even on the sideline, he's telling us, hey, let's go win this. Let's go win this, that belief, that confidence. And, he looked me in my eyes. I looked in his eyes. There's no doubt. Let's go get it.
I love Taylor. He's growing. He's growing every week. He's growing as a man, as a player, and I'm just excited to see him continue to grow. I love watching the growth of him right now, just every week, about how he handles his business. So, Taylor stepping in that moment, it's hard. It's hard for a quarterback, especially a young guy, to be able to step in that moment and be so calm and just deliver. So, credits to him, credits to Coach Cutter, credits to the whole offense for making everything so easy.
And Jay, what a turnaround it has been. 2-2 to start this season for the Broncos, but Taylor Green and Dirk Cutter have really breathed in some new life to this offense. And I tell you, for a Texas native, Taylor Green really wasn't afraid of the cold tonight, Jay.
Hey, that's 2 weeks in a row, Brady. Again, Boise State hosting the Mountain West Conference Championship game on December 3rd. Brady, get home safe. We're back on the news at 10 right after this.